everybody. So, this is the actual introduction for all the babies out there are having fun and having a good time and being good. And today you're gonna get to meet everybody I can introduce possibly. This is Miss Unicorn. I've had her the longest. I have known her since I first came out as a little. I whisper a lot because I'm shy. And she is very friendly. And when I first got her, she was, she was the first unicorn out of a whole aisle of just other bears. And she was just the only unicorn. And I just had to pick her up. And she's seen me through some pretty rough stuff. And she's seen me at my best and at my worst. This is Eeyore. Eeyore is a rescue stuffy from my ex. I'm not going to mention her name. This is Rarity. Big Rarity. There's small Rarity somewhere. I don't know. I didn't want to make this video too long, so I'm not going to introduce all my stuffies today, but I'm going to introduce the ones that I can get to right now. This is Purple. And she just magically galloped into my life. And over here is Artax. Artax is an emotional sport unicorn. And she is pretty awesome. And she's a little too. And this is Glimmer. Glimmer was the first stuffy I got from one of my exes, and Glimmer is just, it's been along for the ride. And it's very mischievous. Glimmer likes to get into things. This is Bluebell. Say hi, Bluebell. Bluebell says hi and gives you all hugs. As you can see, this place is in its, I want to say it's like a prototype nursery. It's not really done. And it's only just beginning. But it's going to look awesome. A few more things about me that you probably didn't know is I am trans. I knew who I was at 6 years old, and I was in a situation in my life where I couldn't really transition because I was in group homes. You see, when I was very young, my dad got custody of me behind my mom's back. And apparently he got too overzealous because his new wife didn't want any of his kids in her life. And I was the first one to be sent away. And my mom had begged with him not to do that. And I knew I was a girl right off the bat, but I couldn't really tell anybody. And it was pretty difficult. I kind of knew about the diaper thing about, we're going to say 16, it might have been 15, and I couldn't really tell anybody. But my first experience was I had started working at a vocational program. My first actual really good experience anyways. And I was trusted to be off campus in the group homes to work and go to school and stuff, and I took full advantage of that, if I'm being honest. And they never searched my stuff, they trusted me. And it felt amazing. And it made me feel little, but I couldn't say anything. Then I must have been maybe 18, maybe 19. No, I was probably 20 when I first decided to really make any movement with my transition, and it was pretty tough. I didn't have anybody to really help me. And I had a lot of girlfriends, lady friends, and I didn't have a lot of guy friends, and the help was kind of there, but not really. Like, they didn't really understand. And it was scary. I realized I was a little after one of my exes. He was a jerk. At the end, he tried to break my neck, which is probably where some of my health problems really kind of started. And they just got worse. I have the early stages of degenerative disc disease, although it's probably been sped up a lot more than I'd like to admit. Hence, you can see the chair in the background. I kind of use that to get around. It's not comfortable. Yeah?
Can I come in?
Okay, sorry about that. I'm not really shy about who I am, but yeah. But, I kind of knew like that stuff, but I didn't really embrace it until about a year ago. I did it when I was alone, when I was at home, and people knew. I guess some people in my life knew, but not a lot. And I trusted people, and I got hurt. Sorry, this is bothering my neck. I think one of the big things for me was just learning that not everybody is out there to just wave a finger in your face and say you shouldn't do this, like it shouldn't be who you are. That was hard. I didn't learn it right off the bat. And for many years I stayed secluded. And I've always struggled with self-image. I don't think I'm very pretty. Even now, I can see the luggage under my eyes, and that's never good. And I just see things about me that most people probably wouldn't like. Oh, by the way, check this out. I have to climb into that bed every night, and it's so cool. I really also, while I knew who I really didn't have a chance to really make the effort growing up. I tried to transition when I was younger, but the group homes were like, oh no, you can't do that, you can't be you. And I was kind of bummed out about that. And I guess years later, I decided, you know what? I had reached a turning point. About 2 years ago, I decided I'm going to be who I am. And if people accept me, great. If they don't, who cares? And only recently, after meeting other actual littles and having a really good connection with my mommy, I thought that, okay, I can do this. And I'm just really glad I did. Some things about me that might, I'll let you know some things about me. I love comic books. I love movies. Big horror movie geek. Music nerd, but the only type of music I really don't like is like classical and gospel, but everything else is fair game. I have a lot of friends that I've adopted as family, but the only family I still have biologically is my mother, and she knows probably she knows a lot about me too right now. I don't exactly hide who I am on social media. You can find me on Facebook. Just look up Jane Valentin, and you'll find me there. I am on Instagram. And I think it's Little Baby Boo Kitty. And then on Telegram, Jane's a Baby Girl Val. So JAYNESA Baby Girl VAL. And I just, yeah. Growing up, I realized I wasn't completely straight. Like I knew I didn't just like guys, and I just knew that right off the bat. Like there, and just again couldn't really tell anybody. I obviously knew I'd never really fit in, and I didn't care. But I really stopped worrying about that after maybe a few years ago, but even before that, I was really scared of people, and I'm not scared as much, but I'm still kind of freaked out about people. And I guess the reason I started these videos is to help with my self-esteem. I don't think I'm very pretty. I'm even looking at this, and it kind of makes me self-cautious. Is that a right word for it? I don't know. I am polyamorous. I am happily taken, happily spoken for. Let's see. And I know that a lot of people are going through a lot of stuff, and I've been trying to be supportive, but sometimes I wear myself thin. Some stuff that's kind of off topic. While I do have while I am a bit of a DL, I'm not going to talk about like changes or really kinky stuff on YouTube because stuff gets flagged pretty quickly. I'm not really comfortable talking about the medical parts of my transition because it causes a lot of dysphoria with me. Besides that, honestly, everything else is fair game. My little age is 0 to 1. It's kind of interesting. I had an actual experience about, we're going to say this past summer, and I got to actually sit in an actual adult-sized high chair, and it was awesome. And it's good to actually get that experience. It was pretty cool. And I got to meet a bunch of other littles. And it was weird. At this weird point in my life, two of my exes were trying to make me feel bad about even enjoying Little Space a little bit. Yeah, again, I'm not going to mention their names. Confidentiality. And I had a friend kind of inspire me. She kind of showed me that I don't have to hide. That just like everybody else, I deserve to be happy. Oh yeah, I'm getting there. In case you haven't noticed, I have a really big obsession with unicorns. My Disney princess is Ariel. My nickname in Little Space is Boo Kitty. I kind of came up with that from a combination of Boo from Monsters Inc. and what she used to call, Stanley, or I can't remember his name correctly, but she'd call him Kitty, and I'm just like, because I have an obsession with kitties. My favorite Little Space activities, coloring, stuffies. I tend to go nonverbal. It's not so bad. Definitely more of a winter person. Or, not really winter, I mean fall. My superhero stuff, I love Marvel. I like the X-Men movies. I like the Avengers movies. For DC, all things Superman, all things Kryptonians. Lobo, The Flash. The Flash is pretty cool. The show, it's one of my favorites. I don't have a lot of Little Space stuff, but I have just enough for now. Things you can look forward to in videos from me is I'm going to make videos of me playing, and playing with Play-Doh, and I do have baby food somewhere. I can't remember offhand where I put most of it. I think one of the jars is in here, but do I remember? No, because I have a very bad memory. You can tell me something, and then like 5 minutes later, I'm going to forget what you told me. I'm clumsy. I'm very clumsy. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I wanted to show off a few things. I'm kind of proud of these. Dollar Store, if you can believe it. They're awesome. Let's see. Elsa. I tried to get it from one of my exes, but she didn't want it, so she decided she wanted me, and I'm like, okay. This is my tiara. Captain Marvel. Great big Ariel. Last year as a Christmas present from my ex, and this one. This is mini Ariel. Keyboard. Is it annoying yet? Is it really annoying? Can we stop? Let's see. Plastic keys. Great for stimming and wow. And even though sometimes I get shy about wearing it, the collar. See? And it even has a bell. So, I hope you all liked the introduction a whole lot. I'm not going to do much more right now because I'm still kind of shy and this is kind of nerve-wracking for me. Not in a bad way. But the couple things I do want to put out there for other littles that are just really just starting to come into their own. There is nothing wrong with who you are. You are an amazing person and an even better Bab. And so freaking darn cute. I've seen so many of you on Facebook and Telegram and even YouTube, and you are all so adorable in your own ways. And yes, right now some of you might have to hold back who you are a little bit. That's okay. There's no wrong way to be yourself, just as long as you aren't trying to push it on anybody in like a sexual way, because then it just kind of gets wrong. But embrace who you are and just be happy. And just remember, only thing that's wrong about anything like that is if you held back because you felt guilty about being who you are. You shouldn't feel guilty about it. You are little, you are adorable. And just remember, not everything happens overnight. And to the other trans littles on my feed, you're awesome. I see you. You matter. And whether you have a big or a caregiver or not, you are amazing. Uh-oh.